That's it for the Blue Jays. I do want to stay on award talks.
Oh yes, because I know where you're going with this, and
Yes.
I have a good bit to say.
There's one race currently going on that has swept the nation.
Yeah.
And it has two polar opposite sides. Yeah, it's the exact same thing that happened last year. Yes. Mm-hmm. We are talking about Shohei and Aaron Judge, if you're not
Aaron Judge for the MVP.
In with me on that. Aaron Judge should be the MVP this year. I don't know if we're going to agree on that. We can talk about it.
No, we're not, because it's
okay. Aaron Judge should be the MVP strictly because if you let Shohei win the MVP this year, it sets a terrible precedent for the rest of time.
You know what? Mm-hmm. Well, you need to make another award then.
He's not statistically the most valuable player this year. It's super cool what Shohei can do. Super cool what Shohei does.
I'm going to put this into perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Freddie Freeman, OPS plus of 148.
Cool. You can tell me all the stats where he's Shohei the same as other guys and he's doing
OPS
the same thing.
Plus as
that's phenomenal.
He's Spencer Strider and Freddie Freeman combined, Brant.
That's phenomenal. He's got an F4 of 7.9. Judge has got a 9.1.
Bro, you know what?
On a playoff team.
You know what? This whole Aaron Judge shit. Yeah, oh my God, he's having a great, amazing season. Don't get me wrong. This whole shit got amplified in this last week because the Yankees scored like 5 runs and he's done all of it.
Oh, there's numbers like so. Since the All-Star break, this is nuts. Since the All-Star break, Aaron Judge is hitting 340. The entire rest of his team is hitting 207.
Yeah,
he's got 21 homers. The rest of the team's got 32. He's got an on-base percentage of 481. The rest of his team's got a 275, and he's got an 823 slug. The rest of his team's got a 322.
The Yankees, man, Yankee fan bias is.
But hey, I'm not a Yankee fan. I don't defend the Yankees ever. You know that. I despise that team. Man. But I went to bat for Vlad last year because he was on a team that was competing for the playoffs. Judge is on a team that's going to be in the playoffs. Legitimately. The thing with me and Shohei, if you take Shohei off the Angels, they go from last to last. They don't go any further down.
They go from last to last by 45 games.
Sure. They're still in last. Last is last. It is what it is. And in a year where Aaron Judge is legitimately breaking records that have been set, I can't see you giving it to Shohei when Judge has put up a more valuable season.
I'm just going to be honest. I'm mainly saying this is this healthy Vlad defender.
That's fine. That's fine. Like, I get if you want to stay on that side, but I was on the opposite side last year where I was saying Vlad should. I don't know if Vlad should have been the MVP by the end of it because he fell off a little bit at the end. But in the middle of the season where Vlad was putting up ridiculous numbers, I think it should have been a conversation because Shohei's team stinks. And his value does not matter if the team is nowhere near the playoffs. If he's on the fringe, like if he's where the Jays were last year and he's doing what he's doing and he's keeping them in the race, fine. If you take Shohei off that team, they still suck. It does not matter. They're bad with him. They're bad without him. I don't care this season. Shohei Ohtani is the most outstanding player in baseball history, but that's not what the award's about.
Yeah. Carlos Pena on Emily Network said they need to have a most outstanding player.
Absolutely. I agree. I think he wins that award every year because it's
dumb. It's nuts. Like what do you define as valuable? Like most valuable to your team, most valuable.
Aaron Judge is he's a more than a win more valuable than Shohei Ohtani right now. Statistically. His B WAR gets a little bit closer because I think he's got an 8. I have it written down. He's got an 8.6, I think it is. Yeah, so he's got an 8.6 B WAR versus Shohei still got a 7.9 B WAR. Which people don't use Baseball Reference anyway, so who cares? No, but so you're telling me this guy's a full win more valuable. Any other year, if this is just any regular player, if this is Aaron Judge versus Mike Trout, Aaron Judge walks away with this award. But because this guy does two things, and yes, he's been an elite pitcher this year. Elite pitcher this year. He also doesn't qualify for any of the pitcher stats. Because he doesn't throw enough because he throws every 7 days instead of 5. Which always bothers me, but that's another conversation. It's just he's the most outstanding player in baseball. And it's cool. Every now and then you hear, oh, he's the first player to do this. He's the first player to do that. And everyone's like, he's doing this MLB history. Well, he's the only guy that's done that. Babe Ruth did it for a season. Yeah, he pitched and he hit for one season.
kind of ridiculous that you look at the Angels like team leaders page and he leads everything, pitching and hitting.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. He's really good. I'm not even saying Shohei Ohtani's not incredible. Yeah. He's the second most valuable player of the season. He's the most outstanding player. He's the most outstanding player until he retires. But I don't think he's the most valuable this season, because if you give it to him this season, you just give it to him for the rest of the
time. Okay, to your defense, this is like the whole LeBron James argument
in
NBA, because LeBron James is like for a good 10, at least 10 to 12 years was the best player in the league, regardless of anything.
Yep.
And the whole argument was if LeBron can't win, LeBron should win MVP every year because he's the best player in the league and carries his team to everything. Sure. Yep. But it's then the whole thing of it'll get boring and you need a story, like, because that's the whole thing. I said this like a couple months ago on another podcast when I went on that one time. It's the whole thing of voter fatigue.
Yep.
And storylines, because all the storylines out of the Angels, out of everything to do with the Angels is they should trade Shohei. Mike Trout's done. Their team is shit. Shohei's the only person there. And then at that time, anyway, this was still the Yankees. Pretty good.
Yep.
Like, in the case of Aaron Judge, it's look at this dude, like rejected the contract, monster year, gonna get paid out the wazoo. He's gonna set records. Like, it's all about the story. So like, it's all story based.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't even think I'm gonna pull into the voter fatigue thing. I just genuinely think Aaron Judge is having a better season, because the award isn't who is the most valuable as an idea. It's who has had the most valuable season. And Aaron Judge currently breaking records that have been held since what? Maris was 61, 63. When did that record hold till? It's been a long time. Like, that record's been around.
I'm going to ask you something, and this may derail my argument or save my argument.
Okay.
Take Aaron Judge off the Yankees. Are they still a playoff team?
No. I don't think there's a shot in hell that they're a playoff team.
They're at least a wild card team.
They wouldn't have won any of these games after the All-Star break.
Wild card team.
I don't think they are.
They are at least a wild
card. They are what? 6 games up? Now it's a little different because the Orioles had a stinker and they beat the Twins. Aaron Judge single-handedly beat the Twins, by the way.
They're 6 games. What do you mean, dude? IKF had a grand slam.
He won one game for them.
IKF hit a ball down the left field line for a home run that was apparently the longest home run of his career. That's
so stupid. So stupid. They're not a playoff team without Aaron Judge. I can think of 3 instances where Aaron Judge walked them off on his own. Did it to the Jays. They would not have won that game without Aaron Judge.
Remember that.
The Jordan Romano game? I remember it specifically. It hurt a lot. Man. If the Yankees don't have Aaron Judge, they're not a playoff team.
Okay. You know what? I'm saying this as a person that thinks Aaron Judge is going to stay with the Yankees, and I don't feel like
I don't think he will.
I want him to. No, don't get me wrong. I want him to fucking leave. Go to the Mets. If you go Aaron Judge, I will buy an Aaron Judge jersey if he goes to the Mets. I will be the biggest Aaron Judge fan in the world if he goes to the Mets.
I want him to leave the Yankees and just don't go to the Orioles. I will be one of Aaron Judge's biggest fans if he leaves.
Yeah. Oh my God.
He's such a great guy. Apparently he's a good baseball player.
Aaron Judge goes to the Angels. Mike Trout, Aaron Judge, and Shohei Ohtani.
No. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. I don't want anything to do with that.
Yeah, I don't want Aaron Judge to waste away.
No, exactly. Mike Trout needs to leave.
Yeah.
Shohei needs to leave.
But
Judge does not need to go there. Judge, if he was going back to the Yankees, he would have signed already.